Welcome in here, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the SK Modifieds are back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. This year, it is the Checkered Flag Auto Supplies, Inc. SK Modified Series, presented by the Red Light Racing League. Back for season number 2. 23 drivers right now have entered in here into the Lanier. The Lanier National Speedway right here tonight. These boys are going to see if they can deliver you the show, the racing that they presented last year. 100 laps the distance all season long, and this season starts right here. So we welcome you in on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will bring you all the action for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm Roger Muth. I'll be the host all season long here with these boys, so we hope you enjoy the show here. But we got a couple things we got to talk about. Last year's champion is back in action here on Thursday night. Chuck Sweeting last year was able to go into the final race of the season with just a handful of points separating the top three between him, Josh Buckley, and it looked like Buckley stumbled a little bit in the final race of the season, handing the championship to the driver of that 26. So Chuck Sweeting going to be back here to try and defend that championship that he had taken last season. Max Terriel right now, last season's most wins. Doesn't look like he has registered into this race. He will be racing this season here on Thursday night. Tonight, though, it looks like maybe running a little bit behind schedule. But with the 23 drivers that have logged into this race here, it looks like Schultz right now. Josh Schultz has the top of the leaderboards. Kenny Ziem right now is sitting there second. Brian Hacker is third. So 4 brand new names as Dalton Williamson is sitting fourth currently on our practice charts here tonight. So with 23 drivers logged into this little track, I believe it's what, 3/8 of a mile. A little bit of a bull ring here. Gonna pack some good racing on tonight. We do got to thank everybody over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply coming on board here with the Red Light SK Modified Series, rebranding it as the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply Incorporated is a family-owned and operated business that prides themselves on being an independent auto store in Ayer, Massachusetts. If you're up in that area, stop by and just say hello. Friendly folks behind the counter willing to help everybody out week in, week out on a daily basis. Catch them 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. during the week. Just stop in and say hi, race fans. Always a nice community up there. But officially qualifying for the first time this season gonna be underway. Let's check who is out on track. The driver of the number 10. They call him Dan Butler. He drives the number 10 Racing School entry. He is currently on the timing and scoring. Times already coming in right now as Dalton Williamson. Driving the number 1 machine here this year. Looks like a 1 lap and done for Williamson. He's at the top of the speed charts. A couple other drivers there. You see the 10 of Dan Butler. He finishes up his first time lap. He is 6th on our timing and scoring back across the start-finish line. Is it going to be any quicker on lap number 2 for Dan Butler? It is. He'll move up to the 6th position. Rex Hoyle out here this year with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. He will come in as a rookie candidate. No stranger to the Turn 3 Racing Network for the 54 of Rex Hoyle. Right now has the 4th fastest time on our scoring sheet. Here's the number 40. He goes by the name of Rob Higgins. He is 9th on his qualifying time. He will pull it down on the pit road. The number 11 of Brian Hacker, another one of those Rookie of the Year drivers. Out here driving the number 11 Smith Racing Inc. entry. This will be his first official time ever trying to qualify into the main event. He will jump to P number 1. Brian Hacker with the new fast time here at Lanier. It's going to be a 12.76 second lap. Will he be able to better it lap number 2 here for the 11 Illinois? And he will. Oh, as Kenny Ziem going to go out there in the number 7, the lucky number 7. Going to put him now to the top of the board as he will now finish his qualifying. Al Smith Jr. out of South Glen Falls, New York, is now into the 9th position as he finished his qualifying time. Back from last season, it's the Swagger in 97. That is Don Kohnman. He tags a little bit of the outside wall. He's got the Phoenix, though, geared up, ready to go. They put in a lot of testing through the offseason with this machine. We'll see if he's able to, well, have a little bit better of a year than what he had last year. Jimmy McIntyre Jr. in the 81 this year. Another one of those rookies here into the Checkered Flag Auto Supplies SK Mod Series. Jimmy right now sitting 10th with that red 81. So right now, your top 3 drivers on the raceway here in our qualifying session for the opening race of the season. It's going to be Kenny Zeems, then it's Brian Hacker, and Josh Slats. Those are your top 3. Dalton Williamson is sitting there 4th with Chris Hammett there into the 5th position. That rounds out the top 5 for the time being. Another driver coming out onto the track, a driver that last year came onto the scene. He drives the number 3 unsponsored entry. That will be Chris Fritz in the white number 3. He jumps up to the 3rd fastest time here on lap number 1, and it's going to be a one and done for Chris in that 3 machine. Currently, 19 drivers have taken a time. Next driver, that's going to be coming out onto the raceway. He drives the 45. They call him Tim Williams, driving the red 45 here at Lanier for the season opener. He goes across the timing and scoring. He'll be officially on the clock here tonight. He'll be our 20th driver to take to the racetrack. As he comes across the timing and scoring, Williams will jump up to the 14th position. That leaves just a handful of drivers who have yet to turn in a qualifying time. Kurt Smith, Travis Minto, Chuck Sweeting, last year's champion, making it here last minute into the Lanier Nationals, and A.J. Rogers. Those drivers have not turned a lap time just yet with just 30 seconds. It looks like Kenny Zeem will be your pole setter here tonight in the first race of the season. Ten seconds left in our qualifying session, so it will be Zeems, then Hacker, and Fritz, your top 3 drivers here once we get to our starting lineup in just a couple of moments. Starting lineup here tonight will be brought to us by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Once again, we got to thank them for everything they do behind the scenes here with the Red Light Racing Series. And just like that, race fans, what do you say? Let's take it to the grid here for the first time. It's your Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Season Opener here from the Lanier National. Starting on the front row, out of New York, he drives the number 7. That is Kenny Zeem. Starting in position number 2, driving the 11, Illinois, that is going to be Brian Hacker, race fans. Hacker driving the 11 here tonight. Starting in the 3rd position, driving the number 3 out of Carolina, that is going to be Fritz. That is Chris Fritz. Starting in the 4th position, driver of the number 20, that is Josh Slats. 5th position, out of Florida, the number 1, Williamson. Starting in the 6th position, driving the number 60, that is Chris Hammett. Starting in position number 7, out of New York also, that's the number 90, that is Ken Z. Starting 8th tonight, driver of the 54 is Rex Hoyle. 9th position, the 65, that is Brandon Massey. The Smith Racing Inc. entry, the 96 Old Shed, that is Al Smith Jr. Starting in the 11th position, driving for the Misfit Motorsports Group, the 81 driver, that is Jimmy McIntyre Jr. Starting there in the 12th position, out of New England, it is the number 10 of Dan Butler. Starting in the 13th position, driving the 83, that is going to be TJ McGuire. Tim Williams driving the 45 here tonight. He'll roll off into the 14th position. 15th spot, driver of the 97, that is Don Coneman. Joe Strano of the Green Forest Tree Supply number 43. He'll roll off, running in the 16th spot. Starting 17th on the starting lineup, the Higgs Hill Racing number 40. That's Rob Higgins. Joshua Buckley driving the number 2, Safe Flight Auto Glass number 2. That's Josh Buckley starting 18th. 19th on the grid out of Montana, the 00 of Doug Ungari, and the 37 of Brian Robinson. Starting 21st, it's Chuck Sweeting, your last year's champion. Starting 22nd, going to be A.J. Rogers. Starting 23rd, driving the number 6 out of Indiana, it's Kurt Smith. And Travis Minto driving the number 19 here tonight. He'll start shotgun to the field as we are racing for the first time here at Lanier. Down into turn 1, the number 7 here of Zeem's going to hold the bottom. Almost contact there with the number 11 of Brian Hacker. They will settle it out. Zeem's will lead the first lap of the brand new season here, but the battle, Hacker is right behind him, and they are 2 by 2 following him. It's Williamson down to the inside in the all-black number 1 with the number 3 of Fritz onto the outside. 2 laps already in the books here, and Zeem's out front. Now the battle is Slats to the outside, and the number 20, the 90 down to the bottom, the black number 90, that is Ken Zeem's. Father and son combination here tonight. See if they can finish inside the top 5. So everybody is now going to come back. 5 laps completed in the book. Kenny leading all 5 laps, a little bit farther back into the field here. It looks like Brandon Massey is to the inside here on Rex Hoyle. The old Shed VIP Graphics, number 65 out of Ironton, Ohio, is trying to roll the bottom in that old shed. Right now, he just cannot get around the 54 of Rex Hoyle, but there's a roadblock in front of him. It is still Zeem's to the inside in that number 90. Schlatt still running the outside in his number 20. They are the only drivers inside the top 5 that are side by side, right outside the top 5 actually, as Ken now going to take over that 6th position. That's going to stack him up behind Massey, still running side by side with Hoyle. That's for the 8th and the 9th position. Back down the back straightaway just like that is a very small, tight track. Now Massey going to be able to work to the inside, and Al Smith trying to take advantage of Hoyle being stuck onto the outside. He will be able to put the 96 there, but look at Hoyle actually fight back. Now trying to get back on Brandon Massey. Massey going to slide up in front of Hoyle. Hoyle going to have to check up just a little bit on the front straightaway. Going to kind of hold that momentum. 10 laps going to be in the book this time by, and it has been all the number 7, lucky number 7 here tonight of Zeem out front. Hacker not really falling behind. They are really running nose to tail here tonight. Front 2 checked out by about, call it a half a second. I call it actually about 4, maybe if you're lucky 5 car lengths here over Dalton Williamson, the fast rookie. Right now, 3 rookies inside the top 4. Chris Fritz, last year not having the year he probably wanted, joined the Red Light Racing Series halfway through the season. Someone down onto the apron. That looks like that is the Turn 3 Racing Network Montana. Doug Ungari driving the 00 here tonight, having a little bit of sim rig issues. He will pull the 00 down onto pit road. He will be off the racing surface, so we will stay green flag racing. Ungari back into the 24th position right now. He is the only driver 1 lap down. So you still watch the battle for the race lead here as Zeems is over Hacker by a little bit. Look at Hacker, though, able to go down into the corner just a little bit farther. But that 7 speed 51 Hoosier machine, he will be able to pull off the corner just a little bit better than the 11 of Hacker. They run nose to tail out front here. A little bit farther back, caution flag onto the speedway. It looks like last year's champion, the 26, new paint scheme on that 26 of Chuck Sweeting, but it looks like Sweeting has gone around, and that will bring out the first caution flag here of the evening. So caution flag number 1 flying here at Lanier. We'll go back and check out the Turn 3 Racing replay here and see what happened to Chuck Sweeting. It looks like a couple guys may have been wrapped up in this one. Let's see what happens. You're watching the black and green 26 of Chuck Sweeting down into the corner. Oh, the 6 of Kurt Smith making a little contact there, and that is the 37 of Robinson then getting wrapped up and involved as he had nowhere to go. Let's go back here and see if we can ride on board with the 37, the checkered flag auto supply onboard camera. Just know where that Robinson was going to go in his modified and made the contact, looped her around. It looks like he will go down at least 1 lap now. So that puts us under the first caution flag here of the evening. Kenny Zeems still leading the raceway. We got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight as you are watching the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series presented by the Red Light Racing League. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply coming on board this season with the Red Light Racing Series to bring you all the action as the title sponsor for the first time here. As we work the first caution flag of the year. The schedule this year going to be a little bit different than what it was last year. We start here at Lanier as the pace car lights go off. We will head to the North Wilkesboro Speedway just next week, which is brand new to the iRacing platform. That's a new track this year for the SKs. Then we're going to head to the ISM Raceway just a couple weeks later. Another brand new track to the schedule. So 2 new tracks coming this season as the iRacing pace car is down and away. We're going to go back green flag racing here with 22 laps officially in the books as everybody will race into turn number 1. Side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here comes the 11 Illinois of Hacker. He is going to try to make that Smith Racing Inc. number 11 as fast as he can on the outside. Remember, Zeems and Hacker pulled away under those green flag stent, but now here comes Dalton Williamson. Remember, he was just back there just a little bit behind these drivers. Didn't really give up on anything, and now Hacker actually going to be able to pull back around the outside. They will go single file for the top 3 positions as you look off the back here of your race leader of Zeems out front. Here comes Hacker down to the bottom. Did he have enough to get to the inside? He will. He'll have enough room. Nerf Bar's going to touch out of turn number 4. Hacker, the new race leader. Brian Hacker taking over the top spot here. Will he be able to stay? Because here comes the number 1 of Williamson, the all-black number 1. Fighting back chrome numbers on that number 1. More of an Intimidator style. The number 20 of Slatch moving up through the inside. He'll work around the number 65 of Brandon Massey. Caution flag gonna wave. Ted Williams looks like he may have tagged the inside wall just a little bit. We'll see if that's actually Ted Williams that brought that caution flag out. I'm not quite sure. As the 45 right there as everybody slows up to wait for the iRacing pace car. Let's go back and check. Oh, there we already see the 45 is already turned around. Let's see if we can just throw this back just a little bit here, as it looks like he actually came off pit road. No, he's already down there on the apron. Let's watch it back. Oh, he gets a little help. Right there it is from the number 2 of Josh Buckley in the Safe Light Auto Glass number 2. That will turn the 45 of Williams around. He'll get the machine pointed back into the right direction, but he will go 1 lap down to all of our race leaders. So unfortunate for the number 45 of Ted Williams. He'll be scored now into the 20th position. Looks like 1 driver out of the pit, or out of this race here, and that is the 00s. There you see Williams coming down pit road. Kurt Smith gonna get the lucky dog here on lap 32, so he'll tag the rear of the field. Williams still down on pit road, so that will leave onto the lead lap just 20 cars as Smith gets that lucky dog. Hacker will be the race leader. Dalton Williams now will start to the outside for the first time here on the front row. Then it's going to be the 7 of Kenny Zeems. Then it's going to be the 60 of Hammett. The number 3 of Fritz. Then it's the 20 of Slatch. And then the 65 of Massey. The 90 of Ken Zeems. Then it's Al Smith and Rex Hoyle rounding out the top 10 as we go back green flag racing. Side by side. Well, somebody going around. Rex Hoyle, I believe that is. Back here on the back straightaway. Buckley going to go up onto the lid of that Safe Light Auto Glass number 2. Looks like Dan Butler involved in this. Josh Buckley, A.J. Rogers, Chuck Sweeting also going to be involved in this one. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's watch that pink and black number 10. There you see the... Oh, Rex Hoyle just loses it out of turn number 2 on that replay. Go ahead and watch this backs. See that 54? That's Rex Hoyle, the white and blue ATD machine. Yeah, just lost the rear end of that 54. Nowhere for Butler to go. Buckley just up over. Nowhere for him to go. The 17 also going to get involved in that one. So that'll bring out the third caution flag here of the evening. One driver having to take the tow back to pit road. That's the number 2 of Buckley. See if he's able to get back out on track after that car went up and over. 26 of Chuck Sweeting will be the lucky dog here. That should put him back onto the race lead lap. 17 here tonight for all the race fans tuning in and paying attention. That is actually A.J. Rogers. Scoring timing, going to tell you he is the 24 here tonight, the Epic Media number 17. A beautiful looking blue and orange SK modified here tonight. Hacker, for the time being, still being scored as our race leader. Being able to lead the last 7 laps while he's been out front here. So the iRacing pace car should dive in this time by, and we should be able to get back to racing. Going to be 39 laps in the book, 61 to go. Oh, a big checkup by Hacker on the front row. Looks like he tried to anticipate that green flag. Buckley down on pit road, trying to bring the number 2 Safe Light Auto Glass machine back out onto the raceway. He will, but now Williamson still hanging around on the outside. Down into turn number 1 here, it looks like Hacker will finally be able to clear Williamson. Williamson thought about diving to the inside at turn number 3, but he elected not to. Side by side a little bit farther back. That is the number 60 of Chris Hammett to the outside of the number 3 of Chris Fritz. They will work it back down into turn number 3 and 4. Still side by side here with these modifieds. The super clean number 60 of Hammett. Trying to get the outside to work. We haven't seen it come in too much tonight. But as the race rolls on here into the nighttime at Lanier, that outside might start to work itself in. Dan Butler trying to bring the number 10 back out onto the raceway. These drivers still side by side here just inside the top 5. Fritz holds on to the 5th position. Hammett, though, that time got a better run out of turn 4 as the 3 kind of slid on the raceway. Brian Robinson back out onto the racetrack with that 37 SK modified. Race lead, though, look at it, still nose to tail here. Hacker got it, and once Hacker gets the race lead, race fans, he is probably one of the hardest drivers to work around, especially on these little bull rings. Dan Butler going to come back down onto pit road. Approaching the halfway point here in our season opener at Lanier for the Checkered Flag Auto SK Modified Series. Hacker's been able to lead the last 15, 16 laps this time by. 3 laps to the halfway point. Will it be Hacker leading us at halfway, or will Williamson be able to find his way around? Williamson, a little slide that time out of turn number 2. They are putting on a blistering pace. Let's check the speed at the line. 100 miles an hour at the line, and last time by it was a 13.9 for your race leader of Brian Hacker. He was the fastest man on the speedway. This time, it'll be the halfway as the flags are in the air here tonight. Brian Hacker will lead at the halfway point with Williamson and Kenny Zeem sitting there in that second position. Al Smith looking to try and work his way up through the field. He is looking to the outside here on Ken. Zeem's back in the number 90. He is in the 9th position. Smith now going to take the 8th position. Coneman in the Swagger in 97 is right there, hot to trot. Smith was able to get around the number 90. Now the 90, Azim's coming back down to the bottom. Ken trying to work his way back around the old shed. Smith Racing Inc. entry. Nothing has changed out front. It's still Brian Hacker with Dalton Williamson sitting there second. Back a little bit farther, there you see the 17, that's A.J. Rogers, and the number 40, that is Rob Higgins. Higgins in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Inc. machine, running currently now into the 14th position on our timing and scoring. He has moved up 3 spots here tonight. A.J. Rogers in that number 17/24 Epic Media machine. He currently is up 9 positions, running 13th on the field, and he is going to look to take another one away from one of his competitors. That's the 81 of McIntyre to the outside in the red and yellow. 81, the Eddie's Meat Market driver. A.J. Rogers has a little bit fresher tires on that number 24/17 machine over McIntyre. Rogers has been on pit road one time. That was back on lap 35, almost 30 laps ago for that driver. Race lead gonna change hands because down into turn number 1, Hacker went a little bit high. Williamson was able to take the race lead. New race leader here with 40 laps to go. Hacker now, maybe the tires heated up on the 11 Illinois because here comes the 7. Kenny Zeem's going to get around him on the outside. He's going to be able to put the power down. Contact between those two at the start-finish line. Hacker going to drive it back down to the bottom in turn number 1. Out of turn 2, here comes the 7. There you see him. He has the momentum built up, but it's not going to be enough. More contact out of turn number 3 for that time. Contact once again at the start-finish line. It is still going to be the 11 just by the bumper bar on that 7 machine. Kenny able to roll going into the corner just a little bit. That time got a great run out of turn number 4, but Hacker down using a little bit of that apron. So they still run side by side, and as these two battle so hard, Dalton Williamson opening up about a 1-second gap over second and third. And then Chris Hammett is back there in the super clean number 60, trying to work his way back into this battle. Hacker sideways off turn number 4. As he goes sideways, the Speed 51 entry. The number 7 of Zeem is going to get around him, and he will take over now that second position. 35 laps to go here tonight in the season opener. Who will walk away as our first winner of the season? Williamson, Zeems, Hacker, Hammett, Slats rounding out the top 5. There you see the number 20. He is currently running just about 3 seconds back behind your race leader, running in that 5th position. Brandon Massey has moved up 3 spots. He now runs 6th with the look-alike car. That's Al Smith. Both of them tonight sponsored here at Lanier by the Old Shed and the VIP Graphics Group over on Facebook, celebrating 10 years. Chuck Sweeting starting to make his move up through the field now. Remember, Sweeting, last year's champion, not getting any practice time here at Lanier tonight, getting to the speedway just a little bit late. He is now up 6 spots, running into that 15th position as he just got around the number 40 of Higgins. Higgins to the outside. That's not the place to be here on really old tires, and that's kind of where he is stuck. There you saw the 45 get around him. That was Tim Williamson. That was now to pass for position, as now here comes the Green Forest Tree Supply, number 43 of Joe Strano working to the inside. The Strano Brothers Racing entry here tonight. Started 16th now as he got around Rob Higgins. He is running into that 16th spot, but they still continue to run side by side. Behind them, that's the 2 of Josh Buckley. Higgins into the outside wall a little bit. Sparks flying off his modified. Taking a look Nothing's changed up in front of these drivers as you see Buckley now working to the inside of Rob Higgins. Little sideways for the 43 Estrano, sideways for the 2 of Buckley. Up front, there you see your race leaders. They are going to start working into some lap traffic here tonight. Just out in front of your race leaders, that's the number 19, the F5 IPA entry. That is Travis Minto. No, race fans, that's not the Minto's Minute driver. That's his brother. They call him Brandon. You can catch him on Monday night, but look at the race lead heating up. Kenny Zeems was sideways trying to take the race lead. Brian Hacker will be able to battle back with the 11 down to the inside. 25 laps to go here at Lanier for your season opener. Hacker not able to complete the pass on the 7, but they are 3 cars under a blanket. And last time by, Chris Hammett was the fastest car on the raceway. The super clean number 60 of Hammett is coming to the front as Hacker down to the inside once again on the 7. A little contact that time down the straightaway. Now it looks like Hacker might have it. Oh, Hacker going to slide off turn number 4 across the start-finish line. It's still Williamson, Zeems, and then Hacker, your top 3 drivers. Now Hammett can really smell the front 3. Side by side for the race lead. Here comes Kenny in the number 7 to the outside. Can we see a pass for the race lead on the outside groove? Out of turn number 2. Kenny gonna have a nose advantage, but into 3 up the track just a little bit. Out of turn number 4, new race leader here with just 20 laps to go. Kenny Zeems gonna go to the race lead. 4 cars now under a blanket with 20 to go. It'll be 19 to go this time by. What does Chris Hammett have left in the bank? Here comes Brian Hacker looking to go around the outside. Can Hacker pick up position number 2? He saw Zeems go to the outside on Williamson. He saw the pass. Contact there. Williamson up the track a little bit into Brian Hacker. He will lose the position. Oh, Zeems going to go up the track. Contact between Hacker and Zeems. And then Zeems into the outside wall on the front straightaway. 17 to go this time by when they work their way out of turn number 4. Look at the battle. Williamson trying to bring the number 1 back to the inside. Now the number 20. Slats has got there. The number 20 of Josh Slats. Now it's 5 cars with 16 laps to go here. Battling for the race lead. Travis Minto still being able to hold the F5 IPA machine on the lead lap. He is currently running in the 19th spot. Don Coleman going to move up a spot. He picks up the 10th position over Chris Fritz. He's starting to fall back through the field, but we stay right here with the race leaders as now they are starting to work into lap traffic. That's the 37 of Brian Robinson to the outside. He stays outside and everybody works through on the bottom groove. All 5 of your top 5 drivers are able to get around that lap down car as look at it. Williamson still down to the bottom in the number 1. Kenny Zeems still to the outside. More contact. Zeems sideways that time out of turn 4. Across the start-finish line. Still going to do the dance into turn 1. Nobody able to separate themselves back here running for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th position. But Brian Hacker starting to open up the gap. Last time by about a 0.5 of a second faster than these 2 that are running side by side here tonight. The question being, it's going to be under 10 to go just next time by as they got 11 that time at the flag stand. As now they single file out as the 7 was able to get around the number 1 of Williamson. But now your race leader, Brian Hacker, working into lap traffic. The 19 of Minto will go a lap down. Now Smith will be the car on the hot seat with 10 laps to go here. Your race leaders all single file out for the time being. But as this race closes in on the finish, it is not going to stay this way. Hacker going to put Smith the lap down. Kenny Zeems going to make quick work of the PPG number 6. And now he gets by contact actually to the outside wall there for the 6 of Smith. Williamson able to work his way around. Now it's going to be Chris Hammett. He works his way around. So does Josh Slats. At the line, 7 to go for the Smith Racing Inc. entry. Austin Designs, number 11, Illinois, here for Brian Hacker. On Thursday night, can he pick up the first ever checkered flag in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series presented by the Red Light Racing Series? The number 40 of Rob Higgins will be the next driver onto the hot seat to see if he can stay on the lead lap, looking back off the checkered flag. Auto Supply, SK Modified. You see your leaders all nose to tail. Just 5 laps to go here tonight. 5 laps to go. Last time by, Kenny Zeems was the fastest modified on the raceway. Now it's 4 laps to go. That time by between your top 2, identical times. Actually, Williamson was the fastest car out of the top 3. 3 laps to go at the line. The race is going to go fast from here. It's hot, it's heavy here at Lanier Nationals for the first race of the season. You see Kenny being able to drive her off into the corner just a little bit harder. 2 laps to go as the popsicle sticks go in the air. Hacker still leading the way. There is Williamson. He is pulled back up. That's even distance between your top 3. It's going to be 1 lap to go here. The white flag is waving in the season opener. The 11 of Hacker just has 2 more corners to go here at Lanier. Kenny gonna drive her in hard, almost making contact. It's gonna be Brian Hacker winning the season opener here from Lanier. Kenny Zeems will hold on to the 2nd spot. Dalton Williamson will finish in the 3rd spot. Chris Hammett is 4th. Josh Slatz is going to finish 5th, and then it's Al Smith in 6th. Brandon Massey comes across the line here tonight, running in the 6th position. Ken Zeems going to finish 8th. TJ McGuire in 9th, and Don Coleman rounding out the top 10. So Hacker picking up the win here. He'll try to do a little celebration here on the front straightaway. See him having just a little bit of fun, and as he has fun, race fans, we'll step away for just a moment. Take a look at the timing and scoring as it is above you, ticking off your 24-car field here tonight. And welcome back here to the Lanier National Speedway, round 1 of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series presented by Red Light Racing. We have a winner, race fans, and he is a rookie. He goes by the name of Brian Hacker. He drives the 11 Illinois. Hacker back in victory lane here at Lanier. You told me before the race, asphalt is not your strong suit, but you're able to park this number 11 in victory lane here tonight.
It was a lot of fun tonight. It was chippy up front. I think that was probably a pretty good show. I don't know, you tell me, but I think we were putting on a damn good show for the people watching. But it was fun. It's been a long time since I've run these cars. It's been a little while since I've put any effort towards the asphalt side of it. That's where I come from. But as you know, I think I'm more of a dirt racer than I am asphalt at this point. So it's fun to get back in these cars, and to have a little success goes a long way.
Yeah, you told me, you don't run the SK Modified very often, but you're no stranger to short track racing. So did all that experience really, did it transfer over to running this SK Modified?
Yeah, I think so. I run a fair amount of the super late models and the street stocks on the asphalt side, and I used to run these SKs quite a bit before they switched them over to the new model. I haven't really run the new model a lot, but they're a lot of fun. They're a little underpowered for what they are, but they're definitely faster than the last version of the SK, and they handle really well. They've got the big fat tires on them, and I think they're good cars to put on a good show. I think tonight we flew through that 100 laps like it was nothing.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick race. I think race time in general, right about 28 minutes. So 100 laps in 28 minutes. You were flying around this little Lanier National Speedway. What do you think, though? We're going to go from this really small track here at Lanier for the season opener. We're going to go run North Wilkesboro next week. Do you have any seat time with these cars at North Wilkesboro?
Not with these cars. I've run North Wilkesboro quite a bit since we got access to it, and it's one of, if not my favorite, asphalt short track on the circuit. So I'm looking forward to that. If I can make it, I'm gonna be moving next Tuesday. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to make it. I know there's one drop week in this series, and I'm gonna be out of town the next Tuesday, so I'm gonna do everything I can to try to, or next Thursday, but I'm gonna try to do everything I can to make it next week.
Well, Brian, you know how things work here. We're going to roll the red carpet out for you tonight and hand you the microphone. Who do you got to thank for parking this number 11 tonight here in Victory Lane in the season opener?
First and foremost on the car, Carbon Junction. Those guys starting up a new platform. We'll start to promote that a little bit more as it becomes more and more accessible to us. But keep a lookout for those guys. It's going to be a cool thing that they've got coming out here in the near future. As always, Narrative Coffee on the car. Austin Designs for whipping me together this modified. I think it looks pretty good for him putting it together kind of last minute last night. Kind of gave him a little bit of a challenge. Realized I didn't have a car for tonight, so we whipped it together pretty quickly. I think it came out really well. And then the guys at Smith Racing Inc. Al Smith was in the race tonight. Looks like he almost made his way up into a top 5. So good overall run for the group, and happy to be part of this league. It's my first race with them. Seems like a good group.
Well, there you heard it, race fans. Brian Hacker out of Illinois, Rookie of the Year candidate. He will win race number 1 here in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. So congratulations to Brian Hacker. He'll pull that machine back into the garage, and he'll give it a go next week if he's able to. Running second here tonight was going to be the driver of the number 7. That is Ken Ziem. He will not be able to give us an interview. It doesn't look like just yet. We'll wait out and hope for a moment, but let's move straight along here. And another one of the rookies, Dalton. You kind of sat in the shadows for a very long portion of the beginning stages of this race. Then you pounced just after the halfway point. You got the lead on a restart. What did you need, though, to hold off that number 11 and the 7 of Kenny?
Not to burn my tires up so much. I think that's what cost me the race tonight. I burnt the tires up too much. I think if I would have had a little more tire, I think I could have held them off.
Well, when you think about Lanier, you think about tight corners, lots of speed down these little straightaways. It really throws the car into the corner. I mean, what more could you have done to hold onto those tires but still keep the pace with those front 2?
Rolled it a little softer than what I was doing. I was driving it a little too deep, burnt the right front off it. But, I mean, like Brian said tonight, man, that was a hell of a show. That was fun.
Yeah, last season you kind of sat in the shadows also of the Red Light Racing Series. You watched some of the SK stuff, so you knew a lot of the names coming into the night. You helping out Don Coleman, I believe it was, last season get himself a little bit better on the short tracks here on iRacing.com. Did last season sitting out, watching these boys really help you come on here tonight and put on a show like this?
Yeah, man, sure. Especially with the group of guys they have around here, man. These are a good group of guys, real fast guys. It's definitely a lot of fun. Challenging to win around here, for sure. There's a lot of fast guys in here.
Well, now looking ahead at the season, we're going to be a little bit till we come back to a racetrack of this style, this kind of shortness. We're going to head to North Wilkesboro next week here on Thursday night. Then it's to the Oxford Plains, and then Concord Speedway. Out of the next 3 rounds coming up here with the SK Modifieds, where do you think that your bread and butter might be?
Probably Concord. I don't have too much experience at the other 2. I haven't really ran them that much.
Well, that's a little bit of an awkward track. A lot of drivers like to compare that to either a Nazareth Speedway from back in the day in Pennsylvania or even the other Pennsylvania 3-corner track, a lot like Pocono. I don't know. Can you even relate all 3 of those groupings together?
I seem to compare it more to like a Pocono. I like Concord. It's more like a Pocono style track to me.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting track here on the iRacing service, that is for sure. But Dalton, tonight, a 3rd place finish here in in this Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Who do you got to thank for parking this machine on the podium tonight? Anybody that helps you out on this number one?
Well, first and most, you for broadcasting, Joshua and all the admin for putting on this league, man. Like I said, it's a hell of a group of guys, a lot of fun. As far as sponsors, Glovebox Motorsports, Don Codeman, Tim Williams, really all the guys that help me compete every week and decide to open things. And other than that, not too much.
Well, there you heard it from your third place finisher tonight. He drives the number one. They call him Dalton Williamson. He is a Rookie of the Year this season with the Red Light Racing Series for your Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Racing. Well, that's your top three here tonight. You heard it from Hacker. You didn't get to hear Zeem, but you heard Williamson. Both drivers have a little bit different perspective on tonight's race, but nonetheless, both of them having themselves a good start to the season here. But that's going to pretty much wrap things up here from the Lanier National Speedway. Next week, we have, I believe it is the Old Shed 100 from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. A little bit of a throwback racetrack here on the iRacing.com service. So we can't wait to get these SK Modifieds out there. I heard it's going to be a two-groove racetrack. A lot of side-by-side racing action coming at us just next Thursday night. But that's not all the Red Light Racing action that's coming your way here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Monday night, the Red Light Racing Scrambler Series back in action. Just 2 races left in the season. Indianapolis with the Cup cars is coming up before we cut it down to just 4 drivers that will race for a championship coming up in July. So catch the Red Light Racing Series back on Monday night, or catch us here Thursday night. But till we see you next time, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here. And of course, we got to thank all the guys over at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Make sure if you're over in Ayer, Massachusetts, you stop in and give them a just a friendly hello. A bunch of good people over there. But till we catch you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe out there.